first and foremost, the credit to the players just for being able to manage that and go and be resilient with dealing with that red card, dealing with the emotions that go along with playing a match, 7 versus 23. I mean, they had a great crowd too as well. So dealing with all those factors and to be able to keep them scoreless for the 65 minutes after the red card was a huge win for us in terms of just being able to be able to manage that and to be able to deal with that type of scenario and just know and have the confidence the next time we're in that situation, because those things do arise in our sport, that we have the capability of dealing with it and getting a result out of it. Now, we didn't outside of that last 70 seconds, and I think that's really what stings about it. And so, the only thing that we can do at this point is to look forward. We still control our destiny, and we still control we can still win the conference and all those things too as well. They got to come back up to us and in the UP, and it's going to be a little bit colder at that point too as well. So should make for a challenging game, but super proud of the effort and the heart that went into that last 65 minutes, even though it didn't quite pan out to the way that we wanted it to. So I think next time when we face them, we got to come out with a little bit more energy as a group, come out with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more aggression, and not get caught up in the emotions of the match and the limelight, if you will. So, yeah, you know what I mean? And we broke this season up to basically this last weekend. So we're 7-1-2 for the first 10 games, and now we've got 8 regular season games coming up, and we're winless in them. So we're 0-0-0. We're starting over fresh, and so we're looking at this next half of the season and getting results and staying hungry and motivated. And one of our goals and one of our things that we want to accomplish each and every year is we never want to leave points on the road. So I think we can look at the positive for that we did get a point in the weekend. We never want to leave the entire weekend with 0 points. I just think it puts a real damper on things and makes the travel from 6.5, 7 hours even more difficult. So I think looking forward and approaching this next 8 games with a 0-0-0 mindset will help us going forward too as well. And then also we got a nice homestand coming up here. So where I think the next 5 out of our 8 games are at home. So being able to manage those games, win those games, get results in those games helps relieve some of the pressure that we're going to have on the road in those last 3 matches later down the stretch. So you win the ones at home, so the road feels a little bit less stressful. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an absolute battle. You know what I mean? There's no love lost there. Obviously, the Tech is what they do, and what they do really well is they're very well organized. They defend really well. They can beat you in a different number of ways, and I just think it's a team that we're going to have preparation and be ready to go. Anytime you start off flat or not with enough energy against a Michigan Tech team, they're gonna make you pay. And so I think, going into Friday, we're gonna have to be very sharp. We're gonna have to be prepared for a match, and we got to just be ready to absorb all the pressure that they throw at us. This is a huge game for us, huge game for them. Anytime that these two teams face off, it's usually exciting, it's usually fun, and so I think we're just looking forward to getting back into the Dome and then hopefully getting back to the winning ways as well. Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you deal with a surface change in terms of grass to turf, I mean, there's movement from the ball. The speed of it is different too as well. I think it's why it's important. That's why we're training in the turf in the Dome this week. You know what I mean? So that's why we got to start preparing that in order to deal with some of the bounces that may occur differently on the turf, being able to strike the ball a little bit differently. So yeah, there's definitely some changes that will occur with being inside, but I think our team really enjoys playing inside the Dome. It's just an electrifying environment. There's something that they really feel about being inside that Dome that makes it really feel just like it's home, even though it's not necessarily a home field, but they definitely feel at home when they're inside the Dome. So no, I think it's going to be a great environment and a great showcase for sure.